Wow. That was great, mate.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Premier Guitars. Here we are in the Sydney showroom. Adam with my offsider, Jordan Thomas. And today we have another special guitar, 1943 Martin D-28. The owner brought this in the other day and is parting with this beauty. And yeah, it is a special piece of kit. 1943, special year. We're calling it pre-war, is that right, George? Or there's a bit of conjecture?
Yeah, it's a grey area. Of course, 1943, for America, they were well and truly at war.
Mm-hmm.
But these guitars, Martins in 1943, were still sort of structurally almost the same as the pre-war Martins that everyone raves about.
Yeah, okay.
There's a few subtle differences. The materials for the metal for the tuning pegs in 1943, these are replacements. The originals are in the case, right? But the 1943, the tuners were a bit lighter material, like thinner metal, because they needed all the metal for the war effort.
Yep.
So this took a bit of a hit. Also, this doesn't have the steel T-bar neck reinforcement that a lot of pre-war Martins have.
Right.
What it has, actually, I shouldn't say what it definitely has, but what it likely has, judging by the weight, is an ebony block or rod going through the middle of the neck. Now that's what Martin used to do a long time ago. And they readopted that during the war because they didn't need ebony so much as they needed metal.
Metal, yeah.
For the troops.
Well, that's one thing that I noticed as soon as I took this out of the case is how light it is. It's surprisingly lightly built, isn't it?
It really is. It's so different from just about any acoustic that you pick up these days. It feels like it's going to float away on you. It feels very, very lightly constructed, and that's very much an intentional thing. They've taken away any unnecessary bits of wood when they made these things to make them as resonant as humanly possible. Now, the most important thing that determines these excellent early Martins, the pre-wars and this one, which is at the start of the war, is the Scalloped bracing. So you got the X bracing here, which the builders of Martin very carefully take material away to just reach that perfect balance between structural integrity and acoustic resonance off the top of the instrument. Late 33, 1944, they forfeited that and just had these big thick braces.
Yeah.
The argument at the time was they were getting too many warranty claims for the scallop bracing. The reality was it was just a lot more work to get it right, and maybe they were getting warranty claims for the tops. But this one's holding up all right after, do the math.
Certainly is.
So 80 odd years?
Yeah,
80 years, exactly.
80 exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. Happy 80th.
Yeah. Merry birthday.
So, materials used in this one?
Yeah, a lot of Brazilian rosewood.
Yeah.
Around the back and the sides.
Yeah. That's pretty special, isn't it?
Yeah. And then obviously a spruce top. Tortoiseshell, Brazilian rosewood neck. This one's had a refret.
Yeah.
A very nice refret, which, was done by, do we know?
Not sure, possibly Jeff Marley. I know the bridge has been replaced. It's a bridge that was made by Sydney Martin expert and world-renowned luthier Jeff Marley, who has made some of his work that we've seen is just incredible.
Yeah, well, to put it into perspective, Jeff Marley is the guy that he gets Martins from people in America, send their stuff to him here in Australia to work on their pre-war Martins and all the incredibly valuable stuff. So he's internationally renowned as pretty much the guy, one of the top Martin experts in the world. Yeah. So to have him work on your instrument is wonderful.
Yeah, totally. So I mean, you've done a video on this one online on your personal channel, Jordan. It's just absolutely cooking, which is so cool. And not taking away from Jordan's playing, which is obviously incredible, but the guitar certainly is of interest to people. These D-28s are just very popular machines, aren't they? Played by some of the greats, you know.
That's the thing. When I recorded my video, I thought nothing of it. I just played a little bit of a Bob Dylan song, Don't Think Twice, It's All Right. Put it up, and then the next day I checked my channel, and that video had just erupted, and it continues to be going very well. And it's because of the instrument itself. It's just...
Well, I would argue along with the playing and stuff.
Oh yeah, I'll take some of that. But the reality is, if you're a musician and you play an instrument like this, it's going to help you. It's really going to help, you know, because it sounds incredible and it's such a fascinating piece of history, and you're a custodian of this beautiful thing, and so everyone wants to hear an instrument like this, and so if you have the opportunity to show them, they'll tune in. Trust me on that.
And it's an inspiring instrument, isn't it? It's one of those things that you play a chord or, you know, run a little lick or something, and it just makes you want to keep on playing, which is what what's so magical about these old instruments is you can't actually put your finger on one specific thing, whether it's the woods used or whether it's, you know, its construction. It's just the combination of all the different factors that make these things so special, and it's almost as though you can't put your finger on exactly what it is, but you can just feel it as it resonates and vibrates throughout your body.
Well, an interesting component of this instrument particular is as you play harder, it really gets louder. It's a very dynamic instrument, and that's attributed to the scallop bracing, I'm sure, because the top just comes alive. You start digging in, and it just goes, oh, okay, we're getting loud now, and it just does it. It's a massive sounding guitar with a lot of mid-range and a lot of brightness, and as much bottom end as any good Martin dreadnought, but the mids and the bright aspects are really, really pronounced.
Yeah.
And it's like an orchestra in a box.
Yeah.
This thing is huge. It really does sound massive.
Yeah, it's so much more than just a guitar, isn't it? It really is a piece of art that just sounds and looks incredible. It's just something super, super special.
I think so.
Yeah. The nut has been replaced as well. That's one other thing. But the original is in the case too. So that's there. Any other cracks? I don't believe that there may have been repair down here possibly.
A few little repairs in the top.
Yeah.
Just natural cracks that sometimes appear over time.
But
the back looks pretty damn void of any real interference.
Yeah. And the neck's got this beautiful like wear on it as well. It's just obviously from years of playing, and again, as we always say, anything that has this sort of player wear, we can tell that it's been played and loved. And you know.
Yeah. Well, the when they've got more wear, it typically is an indicator that it's a good instrument.
Yeah.
Because people just reach for it because it sounds right.
Yeah. Totally. So this Martin D-28, as we've mentioned, has just been listed here at Premier Guitars. So if you want any more information on it, go to our website at premierguitars.com.au, drop us an email or give us a call. As mentioned, Jordan has done a video on this one on our Premier Guitars YouTube channel. And if you wanted to check his one out, the Don't Think Twice Is All Right, that is on his own channel, Jordan Thomas, which will be in the link below. So check that out because it is wonderful. So yeah, drop us a line, get in touch. And if you are in Sydney, make sure you come down and have a strum of this thing because, again, it will blow you away with its capabilities. And we thank you for watching the video today and look forward to seeing you next time. Cheers.